Yeah, just take my little brush like that. Swept these stairs off quite a few times so far, but you know, you gotta do that. You have everything be good. I wouldn't want to put more material over that. Okay. I thought I'd check this stuff. Just a few little things right in there. Get them all. It's when you try to skin over it, you're going to hit just one little stupid thing like that, and then it's going to mess up your line. We don't want that. Okay. No siree, bub. Okay, now I can mix my stuff up and be ready to go. Okay, got some more. This time I didn't mix up as much. Okay, it's still quite a bit though. So I put it on, keep my finger over here, push tight there, and let the top kind of float a little. Once I get a flat bit on there, keeping in mind that I only have so long before this stuff dries in my pan. I gotta be careful here. I'm trying to do it so you can still see. I go back and I want to put more pressure on the left-hand side of my blade, the downhill side. Get it on there first. Now, once I get it to about that point, more pressure on the left-hand side, the downhill side, Let the top float, just like that. Just gonna concentrate on getting it on first. Resituate it in my pan. Try to grab it on that edge. And put it on down. Okay. Once I get it to about there, now I can come back. More pressure on the left-hand side, the downhill side. Okay. I see I'm still low. A little bit right in there. Screw us. Looks like I got just a little bit more mud. Now this stuff, this mud is kind of going off. And I guess I can do it right in there. There. Okay, I got pretty much all the stuff out of my pan. So now that I got it on there and it's drying, I can take my 3-inch and knock down, drag off any lines. Concentrate on this side to get it nice and tight, because after this I'm going to skin this whole thing with my 10-inch blade. My broad knife it's called. That looks good there. There's not much really I've got to do. I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit is all. You put it down good. You don't have to do too much to it. Okay? If you screw up, that's okay. It's part of it. Some of this is too dry to where I can just pull it off, so I'm gonna have to lightly scrape it off, looks like. I can't push that in because it's already too dry. Just like that, it's dry. Yeah. Wherever I scrape, I know I'm going to have to sweep off that edge of the step again, you know. That's just a given. See, I just put that on in the last few minutes, and it's already pretty dry. Okay. I'm not going to sweep that step off yet. I'm just going to sweep this one. And the next. Okay, so I know this one here I've got to do a little bit more on. This one here is pretty good. Okay, I may do a little bit more skin with the 8-inch right in here before I do my 10-inch, and I can take my 6-inch here. I always want to call it my 8-inch. They do have an 8-inch, but I don't generally like using it because it's more mud. My fingers and wrists get sore after a while using this, you know, so I stick with the 6, but they do have an 8. I should try one though, one of these times, not for this, but for regular sheetrock mud, let's say. But see, I can take this and go from this over to here and just skin that little bit before I do the 10-inch if I wanted. If I think there's some really low spots, there's this bit here looks pretty low to me, and so I could put a little bit more on there, or before I do my total overall the 10-inch. On my next go around, instead of concentrating on the entire step, I can take my 10-inch and I can just do the areas where I think are low right now, right there, over here, you know. Or if I want to do the 10-inch right now, I can, and maybe I skin that whole step, and knowing that, okay, I'm going to have to go over it one more time after that too. Because when you try to float a whole lot, this line, as you push down, is going to flex a little bit. See how it flexes? And you push down hard, and you go over the whole thing. You think, oh, okay, that's fine because it's flat. But if you put on there straight, you put it on straight like that, you might see that you've got a slight dip because maybe you were heavy-handed and you pushed really hard on this, and it bent, it bowed it just enough to have you get a little dipsy doodle in there. And I've done that on walls before, like on a column. If a column is less than this wide, and you're pushing on here and you're floating it all down, you think, okay, that's good. You look at it later and you're like, oh geez, I guess I have to go over it again and not be so heavy about doing it in the middle. Okay. And then you can look at your blade every once in a while too. Some guys, if you use it too much, maybe it's got a bow in it, a slight bow in it, and you might have to look at it. You might have to kind of straighten it. I've seen sheetrockers, a lot of times they'll look at this and they'll eyeball it and they'll be like, why are they doing that? And that's what they're doing. They're checking their blade out because there's flex to it. And you think there's no flex. There's even flex on this 6-inch blade. See, if I push down on it hard, I can bend it. As I'm pushing down here, see, I can bend that. And lots of times you need to do that to finish off your work and get it nice. Okay? So more mixing I go.